Right, boys and girls, today I've just been sent a link in one of the comments in one of my videos. I've just watched a video. It's about the birth certificate and how they trick you. It's really interesting. So yeah, that sent me down a rabbit hole. I'm just going to play the video for you, and then at the end there's a recording of me speaking to one of the girls from the, I forgot what the place was called now, GRO, General Registry Office. So might be interesting for you. Anyway, see you soon. Take care. See you on the next one.
Okay, now, anybody that's followed my work on the internet since 2007 would be aware that I've got excited about the law. 13 years it took before I actually understood why each time I went to court, for whatever reason, I lost. And the simple fact is, I was going in there as a slave with law, or at least what I thought was the law. There are two titles being used today. The second title is derived of the original. So what I'm going to show you today is the original title that's created when you register your child. This is my own personal, what I call a live birth record. It's actually a certified copy of an entry of birth. It's not a birth certificate. The birth certificate is created from this title. It's very important you understand that. Now, let's get down to who or what has been registered. Now it says here, when and where born. So that gives you my birth date, which is the 4th of February 67, and I was born at Queen's Park Hospital in Blackburn. Now, this is where it's important. Name, if any. And we come down and we see only the Christian name has been registered as an entry of birth. There is no surname as is presented from my father. Okay, he's put his name there because obviously he fell for the trap like everybody else and assumes the surname, when in fact it's actually a take on a family name. Now, on the birth certificate, in this column here, they incorporate your Christian name with a surname. In so doing, you have lost your title through your Christian name. Now, I know that might sound a bit odd, but it's very important when it comes to law and legal and written documents. So this is the original title that's created when your parents register your birth. But the government don't give you this. They create a second title called a birth certificate that they own under the maxim, he who creates owns. So they issue you then with the birth certificate, which has incorporated with your Christian name a surname. Now that's created a dead trust. And you're all operating on that dead trust instead of this one. Now, a guy in Australia called Romley Stewart has done quite a lot of work in relation to this, and he received his entry of birth or live birth record and had it done and sent to the courts so that there could be no shenanigans. What you need to understand is there's a huge difference in relation to how you are dealt with in this world based entirely on which certificate you are presenting in the world of commerce. Your Christian name, if it puts you in the ecclesiastical jurisdiction, but you are a creditor, this is a credit account of Rome, evidenced in the title being made just with your Christian name. But you don't use that. You're all using the secondary because you failed, as Romilly Stewart presented, to reclaim your key to the door of Rome at the age of 21. The government hold this live birth record in trust, they say, until you are 21, at which point you are supposed to claim this. And then you become a creditor to Rome, as opposed to, from the birth certificate, the debtor to Rome. So that is the difference in law and legal in relation to the title that you are operating on in commerce. And the birth of this title is the 15th day of February. So if I was to invoke this title, the date of birth I would have to use would be the 15th of February and not the actual day I was born, which is the 4th of February. Okay, so if you understand, so the trick is, this is the certificate you all need to be claiming as your right. This is the certificate that the state recognises your position in relation to the land, the law of the land. Okay, it's very important. On the birth certificate, which you're all operating on, which does tell you not to use as a form of ID, you are a debtor. You are in consensual servitude, or you are servicing the debt of your master, which in England or Britain is the UK government, because it created the secondary title and therefore it owns it. If you use that title, you are classed as an employee of the government. Here, you're out of the fiction, as it were, of commerce, and you're under the ecclesiastical. So the jurisdiction you claim from this title is the ecclesiastical jurisdiction. So you're not actually in admiralty commercial law as you are if you end up going to a magistrate and any court that's operational today in the West. You're already a defendant, you're defending yourself. Here, you're a man under the canon, and anybody wants to make a claim against you, they have to prove that claim. Under the birth certificate, as a defendant, you're charged with an offence, and straight away then you are classed as guilty until you prove yourself innocent, which is why you are defending yourself, the defendant. Yeah? Totally different jurisdictions. Completely different jurisdictions. Here you are a creditor, and on a birth certificate you are the debtor. This is why you're being fined, it's why you're being taxed. It's basically, you're an employee of the government. Government legislation is only the rules for government employees. So you are an employee of the government and you are subject to the servitude that they are demanding. And this is global, this is the system they're setting in. They want you all off this record, off this title, and on the one they've procured, which is the birth certificate. Very important that we understand this stuff, because this is the remedy. People need to reclaim the birthright, and then we can instruct Rome. We can instruct Rome because we are a credit account. So that's basically the way the Roman system works, and it's all about the title that you are operating on. So once you get your entry of birth, your live birth record, you can present the facts to the Crown, and you are off the radar in relation to all this statutory United Nations, European Union bullshit that's basically coming out from the banks, because obviously the banks, they are using these titles. So just to expand on this, when you go for a mortgage, for instance, and you will put a surname down, they'll go into the back room then and they will access this account. This account of yours, they access that, take the money off it. Okay? So this is your mortgage. They're not lending you anything. You will go in there with the surname. So you're on the birth certificate, you're a debtor. They can then access this account. Take the money that you're trying to borrow, but before they give it to you, you're signing into interest payments, fee payments, and ultimately your property then is at risk. The property you're purchasing is at risk of being taken because you've allowed the bank to intercede in between your own rights on this title, and you've given those rights to them legally, and then you're tied into contract law, and you're going to lose your house if you don't pay. It's as simple as that. This is the way it goes. So you're not borrowing money off the banks. Banks cannot own land, but they can through the legal persona that's created through the birth certificate. You might need to watch this quite a few times to fully understand what's being said here. But this is the remedy for the West if you choose to accept the position of the West, which is it's all based in Rome, the canon law, and decide to use that to shift it back into how it should be. So this way you don't have to go and join a religion. You don't have to. This is where it's at, folks. On paper. This is title. It's about understanding title and how different titles are dealt with by the state. And also remember this, the state is a creation of the nation. This title is nation. The birth certificate is state. And through the use of the birth certificate, the state has now become your yoke, as it were. Just because you're operating on the incorrect title, on a failure to reclaim this original document. Right, I'll leave it at there for now, but this is very important. If we are to try and look for remedies to the position we are in,
Please listen to the following options. If you are a member of the public, please press 1. If you are a local registration employee, please press 2. To hear these options again, please press hash.
Alright, let's go public to start with.
To place an order for a certificate or inquire about an existing order, please press 1. For anniversary messages or no trace marriage letters, please press 2. For information on tracing a family tree or GRO index references, please press 3. For any other inquiries, please press 4. To hear these options
4.
again, you are now entering the queue, and our next available agent will answer your call as soon as possible.
Well, I'm going to ask him for my certificate of entry. Oh, here we go, it's quick.
General Register Office, Helen speaking. How can I help?
Hello, Helen, how are you? All right?
Fine, thanks. For you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I'm after a copy of my, not birth certificate, entry, it's just certified copy of an entry of birth.
What is that? Sorry.
I'm after a certified copy of an entry of birth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we can provide that. Was your birth registered in England or Wales?
It was, yeah. I mean, is it easy enough to get? Can I do it online or do I have to speak to someone?
No, you can order online. I just want to make sure that we can provide a service for you first, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Okay. Do you want to take my my date of birth and all that sort of stuff and just check?
No, just your year of birth, please.
1977.
Okay. Was there any adoption involved in your birth?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So you can order online. It would be at the General Register Office's website.
Yeah. Lovely.
So
Okay.
that'd be gro.gov.uk. You
Yeah.
will need to register if you've not ordered before.
Yeah. And just
And you will be...
sorry,
Mhm.
sorry. I was just asking
Okay.
why? What's the year of birth? What difference does that make?
The year of birth, how
Yeah.
you can go about placing your order.
Right. Why does that differ then? If you don't mind me asking.
We don't have any birth registrations within the last 6 months, so we do get quite a lot of calls
Oh, I
from
get
people
you.
that
I
want to
understand.
order recent events.
Yeah, I
So
get.
we'd have to redirect them if it was that recent.
No
But
probs.
also we've got a 50-year gap of indexes missing on our website.
Really?
From the 35 to the end of 1983. So anyone born within those 50 years, such as yourself, we cannot recommend that you search the indexes on our website.
Really? What, you got 50 years worth of data missing?
No, it's just for the indexes. So when you order a certificate, you can order with the indexes or without them. But for your year of birth of 1977,
Yeah.
you can't search the indexes on our website, so you just need to place your order without them.
Oh, right. Okay, no probs. All right, lovely. Thanks for your help. Been really helpful. Cheers.
You're welcome.
See you
Have a
later.
good day.
And
Thanks.
you. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was easy, wasn't it? I'm going to have to go on their website now. All right, hang on. Stop this recording.